Welcome to the ArmaniTalks podcast. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this podcast, I'm helping you level up your 5 soft skills: public speaking, storytelling, social dynamics, emotional intelligence, and creativity. 5 soft skills for you to change your life forever, skyrocket your confidence along the way. In today's episode, we are entering the land of emotional intelligence, and I'm going to be giving you my thoughts in regards to age gaps in relationships. There are a lot of advice on the internet that talks about the creepiness factor of age gaps, where one side is talking about the creepiness factor, the other side is talking about the acceptability factor. Now, where do they differ? The people that are leading with the creepy narrative, they're saying stuff like, if the guy is 40 and he's dating a girl that's 21, that is considered creepy. And when you ask them, why? I mean, the 21-year-old is legal. She's capable of making her own choices. Why do you consider it creepy? They will say something along the lines of, well, the 40-year-old has all this life experience, but the 21-year-old doesn't. On the flip side, the other party is like, no, this is acceptable. Why? Because a lot of men, they prefer youth. The reason the 21-year-old is preferred more than, let's say, the 31-year-old is because the 21-year-old, biologically speaking, has the higher chance to give this 40-year-old kids. So that's the acceptability argument. Now, if you were to ask me, I would actually say a 40-year-old dating a 21-year-old, I wouldn't say that's fine, at least from my perspective. And when I say it's not fine, it's something that, would I do it? Yes or no? And the reason why I say something like that is because your boy has been in the dating game for a little bit of time. Luckily, I'm off the market now. But when I was in the dating market, I noticed as a 30-year-old, me trying to act with a 21-year-old was a tad bit difficult. They had different life experiences, so it was difficult for me to have conversations with them. So there are other guys that are like, oh no, well, you should go 18-year-old. And my thing is, 18? Are you crazy? What kind of 30-year-old guy would I seem like if I'm dating an 18-year-old girl who's like, hey, Armani, would you like to go to prom with me? Prom? What the heck? So to me, it does seem creepy. Now, with that being said, what does this mean? Just because I consider it creepy, do I think others should not be open to making that decision for themselves? No. On a societal level, if the age limit for legal relationships with the other age group above 18 is 18, then it should be acceptable on a societal level. So I don't have a problem with it in terms of a society aspect. I would just say from an experiential viewpoint, I do think it's a little weird. What is the proper age gap in relationships? That is highly subjective. Because if you go to most Bengalis out there and you ask them the age gap between their parents, most of them are going to say 12 to 15 years. That's just the norm in a lot of these countries in the East, especially a lot of the third world villages. But when you come to the US, the creepiness factor does increase because a lot more individuals are educated. And the more that you have that first world aspect to your country, the more that whenever there's like a 50-year-old dating a 21-year-old or a 60-year-old dating a 22-year-old, something about the optics seems poor. It seems as though it's a little creepy. And even the girl, I mean, she gets her own set of criticisms as well, where she is automatically labeled a gold digger. I think on an experiential viewpoint, it's best not to go decades whenever you're dating someone, but on a societal level, whatever we agree on, we must follow those rules till the very end. And we shouldn't be like, okay, well, this guy's a 40-year-old, she's a 20-year-old, the 40-year-old must go to jail. If he's not committing a crime, then he is not committing a crime. So take whatever you will from this episode. For me, at least, I've just noticed that 21-year-olds, they're too annoying. They don't have much life experience, so they're over here giving me a lot of unwanted opinions. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm trying to chill my relationship. I'm not trying to teach you a bunch of things. That's stuff that Hopefully life will teach you. And once it does teach you, then you and I, we could maybe be together. What do you think? If you are capable of leaving a comment on the podcast provider that you're watching from, go ahead and leave your thoughts because I'm curious about what you think. Thank you very much for joining the Armani Talks podcast, and I'll catch you next time.